Hello, BSG here and welcome to my solo Bandos guide for medium skilled players. The reason I made this video is because if you look up on YouTube Bandos guide, you'll either find a beginner's guide or a guide where you have to flick all the minions and tick it like Wooks or Bodhi, and come on, we're not that good. So I decided to make a guide for us medium skilled players. If you haven't killed Bandos before, I don't recommend watching this video. You should probably check out Mr. Mammal's video as he goes very in depth about it. Let's get right into it. Now, this is the gear setups you should be using. The left one is the preferred one, but obviously way more expensive, and if you can't afford it, the right one isn't really that much worse. And you may be asking yourself why I don't have any magic defenses at all, and that's because we're going to flick the mage minion, so we want as much range protection as possible for the boss attack, which is where we'll be dealt the most damage. Instead of a Varrock skirt, you can bring a Gutton skirt if you want. You're going to bring the full set anyway to heal. You can also swap out the Berserker ring for a Warrior's ring if you find that a cheaper solution. Just make sure your ring is imbued. Tentacle Whip is also considerably better than the Abyssal Whip, but I'm greedy, so I just use the normal whip. Also, I forgot to mention that if you can't afford a Dragonfire Shield, a Crystal Shield or a Blessed Spirit Shield is also very nice options. This is somewhat what your inventory should look like. 3 Super Combat Potions, 7 Ceradamium Brews, 5 Super Restores, and 5 Anglerfish or Dark Crabs. Also, Bones to Peaches tabs are very helpful. If you don't have a Dragon Warhammer, you can bring a Bandos Godsword to spec. It's also very efficient and not very expensive. And if you do bring a Bandos Godsword, you need to bring a hammer as well to open the door. If you have a Dragon Warhammer, you actually don't need to bring a hammer, you can just use the Dragon Warhammer on the door. And also, teleport runes to Trollheim. 2 teleports, and I will show you why. If you did not know this trick, you have been living under a rock, but you basically teleport, drop 2 fish, tele back to Edgeville, and you get the 2 fish from your bank, and you just, I'll show you in 2 seconds. Yeah, take out 2 anglerfish, teleport back, and now you have 2 open spaces in your inventory. Very nice. And since you are a medium skilled player and obviously have done Bandos before, I reckon you already know that this is the best place to kill count for Bandos, but if you didn't know, this is it, yeah. There are also some goblins to the west of here, but you'll be vulnerable to Aviances, so I wouldn't go there really. Here we are, and before we go in, I just want to let you know I'm not the best solo Bandoser, but I just want to show you guys the basics of it without going all wooks on it, so yeah, let's just get right into it, I guess. I will show you 2 methods, one where you only flick the mage minion, and another one where you flick both the range and mage minion for the a bit more skilled players, I suppose. So yeah, first drink a sip of your Sarah Brew, then Super Restore, then Super Combat. And if you see Grodor is away from melee distance, just put on your mage protection, and then spec Bandas out. I tried to do this live, but I just couldn't focus on both things at once. Anyway, what you want to do is tap under Bandos, put on melee protection and attack Bandos. Right after Bandos attacks you, pray mage, and after 2 whip hits, walk underneath him and repeat the process. Here I have slowed it down for you so you can see a little easier what's actually going on. I assure you, if you watch this clip 2 or 3 times, you'll get the hang of it in no time. Now I will show you how to flick the range and mage minion at the same time, which can be a bit more challenging, and I honestly prefer the other method because there's way less ways to mess up. But if you get comfortable with this method, it's definitely very good. So what you want to do is stand right here, and the mage minion will spawn under you, delaying its attack by 1 tick. If you fail to stand on his spawn, you can right click and walk under him 1 tick before he would normally attack you, which again will delay his hit by 1 tick. Now you have to do the exact same as previous method, but in addition, you'll have to flick the range prey as well. This all sounds very simple, but it will definitely put you under a lot of stress unless you're very good at and confident at clicking. But since you're watching this guide, I presume you're not. I'll put this clip in slow motion as well so you can study it if you want. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. This is my first genuine guide, so hopefully you can leave some feedback in the comments and drop a like and maybe a subscription if you want more future content. Well, that's it for me. Goodbye.